Welcome to another video, and today I'm gonna show you 25 insane Gecko mechanics. I'm gonna bust some myths, show you some bugs and useful mechanics, everything you need to know about Gecko. One thing though, this video is recorded in the early access, so in the future things might change. But as of now, Gecko has some insane mechanics. Big shout out to Arch, also known as Archmaton. He helped me with the recording of this video. Now sit back, relax and enjoy, my friends. This small little minion is called Wingman. That's important for this video. As most of you guys know, Wingman can stun enemies, but it also can plant and defuse the spike. Here's some facts about this ability. Wingman does not run after the Yoru clone. He recognizes that this isn't a real enemy but a clone. If the enemy Yoru is standing next to his clone, your Wingman will run towards the real one. Same for the flashbang. It won't flash the clone, but it will flash the real Yoru. Cool mechanic. When your little friend is defusing the spike, it will sit on top of the spike. This means that the enemies will be able to shoot underneath your Wingman. Of course, when they shoot a little higher, they still will be able to destroy it. Also, even though your Wingman is sitting pretty high, it will still die from things like molotovs and race grenades. About race, you could also just use your satchel and it will go off the spike immediately. But when race is in the same team as you won't be able to satchel the Wingman up, sadly. That would be really funny, but sadly it doesn't work like that. When your Wingman ability is running through a brimstone stim beacon, it will run faster. Look at him go, my friends, he is speed. And you know what's even more funny? If you use your ultimate and run through a brimstone stim beacon, you will also run way faster. Look at this go, this small fishy is going really quick. Honestly, it looks a bit like a fish, or am I the only one? Maybe this fish can finally make a friend. About this ultimate, you are able to stun your own teammates with this ulti, so be careful, my friends. When there's a cypher trap down and you tell your yellow blob to plant, no worries, it will just run through it, keep running and still plant the spike. Honestly, I wish all my teammates were like this little minion. And while we're talking about cypher, if you're in your cam and you shoot your dart on the blob, it will spot him. Could be a useful mechanic in some situations. Now let's talk about the sage ball. They have a strange interaction with each other. When you just see a sage ball and you use your wingman against it, it will bounce back. Ah, pretty boring, I know. But instead, if you're close to the side and you're able to let your wingman plant, and instead of bouncing against the wall, it will walk straight through. I know, suddenly your wingman is getting pretty strong. Plant the spike, my little minion. It also works when the wingman is already running towards the side. And fun fact, when your little friend is planting, Sage can place a wall underneath him and it will immediately stop the plant. This mechanic could be useful for when you're not really able to see the minion, but you are able to place your wall around the corner or something. Now let's talk about this ultimate. When you're using this ultimate, the enemies will be able to flash you or nearsight you. You also can get stunned by a breach stun or a skywolf, for example. About breach, this mechanic is pretty strange. When you tell your wingman to plant the spike and it's planting, it will get stopped by the breach ultimate. But here it gets funny. If the enemy breach ultimate hits your wingman before it starts planting, then it will plant anyway. Very good job, little friend. I know you could do it. Now, can a teammate Sofa Wreck Dart land on your wingman?
Nee, werkt niet. Mythbusted.
No, Arch. We all saw that you missed over there. Let's try it again.
Wat?
Zag je dat? What? Yeah, like I said, it's early access. I think this one is bugged a little bit. But fun fact, as of now, your teammate cannot shoot this wreck dart on your wingman, but the enemy Sofa will be able to shoot this wreck dart on your wingman. This is pretty strange. I think this will get changed in the future. Enemies are able to destroy your flash if they are quick enough, just like the Reyna flashbang. Now, a very useful tip about dodging the enemy's wingman. When it spots you, it will hit you in a triangle from where the enemy wingman is standing. This means that you can easily dodge it if you walk a little bit forward and then to the left or the right. If you walk to the left or the right immediately, you will get stunned. Be careful. Your yellow blob cannot walk up ropes, but it can jump down from spots like nest. Now let's talk about the molotov of Gecko. First of all, it's an insta-kill if the enemy is full HP with full armor. I know, pretty strong. When you throw your molotov, it will fly in exactly the same way as the KO molotov and the Killjoy nano swarms. So for the people maining KO and knowing the lineups, you have an advantage when picking up Gecko. And of course, if you want to know Gecko lineups, you could search for KO lineups on YouTube, for example. I've put an old KO lineups video in the comments down below. I'm not sure what's the exact spot, but if you place your wingman down correctly, it will instantly break the door. Man, oh man, this little friend is stronger than I thought. Don't get that out of context. We didn't find a way to break the door with his ultimate, however. Maybe you can find a creative way. Anyway, enemy Killjoy turrets will not be able to shoot your wingman. Maybe they are friends or something. Good job, Killjoy turret. Don't shoot this little friend. The Killjoy ultimate also doesn't stop your wingman from defusing or planting the spike. This is pretty overpowered, actually. Now let's talk about Astra. There's a fun mechanic with her black star. If your wingman is planting on the spike and she uses her suck-in, your wingman will keep planting but on a different spot, in the middle of her star. Pretty cool, but then we had the question, can you plant the spike outside the site? And this is sadly not possible. When you do this, it will just stop planting. No, would be a fun mechanic though. Also, when you tell your yellow blob to plant the spike and the Astra star uses her suck-in, it will stand still for a second and it will go anyway. And when your wingman is defusing the spike and the enemy Astra uses her ability, it will stop defusing. The KO knife, aka the silence, does not stop your wingman from planting the spike. Also, we tested it, but we weren't able to knife the minion. This must be a bug, right? But anyway, in the early beta and maybe even at the point that you are watching this video, enemies are not able to knife your minion. Also, your wingman won't be able to stop the enemies from defusing, but your ultimate does stop the enemies from defusing. The enemy sage can place their wall on top of your orbs and then you won't be able to take them unless you are destroying the wall. In fact, you won't even be able to see them. So this could be a cool mechanic if you are playing sage and you want to fake the enemy gecko out. Your wingman will be able to spot enemies standing in smokes. In fact, it will spot them immediately as soon as they walk in. So make sure to be ready to shoot through the smoke. Two wingmans don't interact with each other. They just ignore each other. Maybe it's better that way. To end this video, I want to apologize if I sound tired because it's very late where I live right now. But I want to push this video out fast because it's early access. And again, big shout out to Arch. He has 2 amazing YouTube channels with Valorant content and cool dokus. Really check him out. Links in the description. Thank you for watching and peace.